There has now been a major development in the ongoing uncertainty surrounding Cody Gakpo's Liverpool future, with Tottenham Hotspur reportedly taking a significant step forward in their interest in the Dutch winger. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Gakpo has been at the centre of plenty of speculation throughout the summer, with reports repeatedly suggesting that Tottenham could be interested in bringing the 27-year-old to North London. However, the latest update appears to take things to another level because Spurs have now reportedly formally expressed interest in signing the Liverpool forward. That claim has come from Dutch journalist Joost Blauwhof of Voetbal International, and it could prove to be one of the most important developments yet in a transfer saga that has been gathering momentum. Tottenham's interest in Gakpo is not entirely new, but the fact that the club has now apparently made its interest formal could indicate that this is moving beyond simple admiration or preliminary discussions. Spurs are seemingly considering whether they can actually make a move for the Liverpool man this summer, and that is particularly interesting given what has been reported about Gakpo himself. The Dutch international is understood to be open to leaving Liverpool following a difficult 2025-26 campaign, with his performances last season prompting debate over whether the Reds should keep him or cash in while his value remains high. Liverpool are believed to value Gakpo at around £70 million, meaning any Tottenham approach would represent a significant piece of business. But there is another huge twist here. Liverpool's interest in strengthening their options out wide could actually be directly connected to Gakpo's situation. Bradley Barcola remains the club's priority target, with negotiations continuing with Paris Saint-Germain, but reports have suggested Liverpool could potentially bring in two wingers this summer if Gakpo leaves. Fabrizio Romano has also indicated that PSG youngster Ibrahim Mbaye remains on Liverpool's list, although the teenager is currently considered too expensive. So suddenly the picture becomes much clearer. Liverpool could potentially lose Gakpo, bring in Barcola, and then still look to add another winger to ensure Andoni Iraola has enough depth across the attacking areas. That would be a significant change to Liverpool's squad. Victor Munoz is still adapting to life at the club, while Rio Numoha remains a teenager, meaning losing an experienced option like Gakpo would leave a sizable hole that could not simply be ignored. And perhaps the biggest clue of all could come this weekend. Liverpool are scheduled to face Como in two friendlies on Sunday, and Gakpo's involvement, or lack of it, could suddenly become extremely important. If Gakpo is left out altogether, questions will immediately be raised over whether Liverpool are protecting an outgoing player or whether there is already something developing behind the scenes. It certainly would not prove that a transfer is imminent, but given the latest Tottenham development, his absence would be difficult to ignore. On the other hand, if Gakpo features, that could provide some reassurance that Liverpool still see him as part of their plans for the new season. There is also the intriguing situation involving Barcola and Mbaye. Both PSG players were unused substitutes during the club's UEFA Super Cup victory over Aston Villa, adding even more fuel to the speculation that changes could be coming in Paris. For Liverpool, everything could therefore be connected. Barcola is the priority. Gakpo could potentially leave. Mbaye remains an option. And Tottenham have now reportedly formalised their interest. That leaves Liverpool facing a potentially huge decision. Do they keep Gakpo and retain an experienced attacking option, or do they accept a substantial offer and use his departure as the catalyst for a major reshaping of their wide options? In other news, Liverpool have officially completed another important piece of business, this time for their back line. The club have confirmed that former Manchester City centre-back Lucas Clark has signed his first professional contract with Liverpool, securing the future of one of the academy's highly regarded young defenders. Clark made the switch from Manchester City in December 2024 and, since arriving on Merseyside, has wasted very little time making an impression. The 17-year-old quickly established himself as a regular starter for Liverpool's under-18 side, and last season was a particularly encouraging one for the young centre-back. Clark featured 27 times across all competitions, while also being given the opportunity to step up to under-19 level and experience European football in the UEFA Youth League. That experience is likely to prove extremely valuable as he continues his development, and there is now a very clear opportunity in front of him. Liverpool's academy has undergone a significant reshuffle over the summer, particularly in defence. Several players who were part of the defensive group last season have either moved on, gone out on loan, or are no longer eligible to play at the same level. Amara Nallo, for example, has now joined HJK Helsinki on loan, while Carter Pinnington has completed a permanent move to West Brom. Emmanuel Araboma has also departed after being released. That leaves Liverpool needing new players to step up and fill those gaps, and Clark is one of the players who could benefit most from that situation. The club clearly see enough potential in him to now commit him to professional terms, with the agreement expected to run until at least 2028. There is also the possibility of his terms being improved as he continues to progress through the ranks. Importantly, Clark isn't the only academy player Liverpool have rewarded this summer. He follows Prince Cisse and Oliver O'Connor in signing professional contracts, highlighting the club's continued focus on developing its young talent and ensuring that promising players remain tied down as they begin to attract more attention. For Clark specifically, this could be the beginning of a very important season. He is already featured prominently during Liverpool's pre-season preparations, and with the under-18 campaign now getting underway, he is expected to be one of the key figures for Simon Wales' side. Liverpool's opening fixture comes against Manchester City on Saturday, which makes the start to Clark's campaign particularly interesting given his previous connection with the club. He could potentially form a new centre-back partnership with Harvey Owen, another player who has been highly regarded within the academy since arriving from Wolves in 2023 for a reported £800,000. And there is also the prospect of Clark receiving more opportunities with Liverpool's under-19s in Europe.